and destroy, and it's the Huntsman with the advantage in the series. Chance, you see them potentially take the search and destroy as well?
Well, they are 2-0 on this map in St. Petro, and for Minnesota, it doesn't look as good, 2-3, but at the same time, they've played it 5 times on land. You know they've gone over repetition, so honestly, this might just turn into an information game of how many strats have they really flipped up in the past couple weeks to make sure their opponent can't just go and watch over all that VOD. And this is where, in my opinion, I think Minnesota needs to thrive, making sure that coaching staff is on point, mixing up the strats, and figuring out how to counter someone like Formal, who's going to stay.
Yeah, but we obviously talked a lot about this in our first game of the day. When you play St. Petro's search, that snipe on the attacking side can be so pivotal in terms of just winning a round. You get that first blood, it can open up the entire site. Unfortunately for Formal, he's not had success yet. 2 players have fallen already though, and Envoy and Scump. Elite falls as well for Minnesota Rokkr, so Minnesota with the 1-man advantage.
I believe Chicago should know a player's nearby, and actually they don't. Gunless is going to get hit by Alex immediately. Alex is able to find 2, and no soap radio. There goes the round. The Rokkr, you talk about them needing a bounce back. They get it straight away. As good of a round as you can possibly ask for.
Yeah, fantastic way to try and bounce back there. As now moving forward in this search and destroy. Excited to see how this one is going to start to develop. Want to see a close one. Of course, the searches we've had today, we had 1 round 11 and what was it? 1 complete. That's a blowout chance. So yeah. It's been an interesting day for us in search and destroys, but GodRx may find a potential pick, and unfortunately not the case. Almost though, very, very close.
Yeah, the routes that the Huntsman took right there made it very difficult to take the shot, but Alex took a different one straight in the line of sight of Formal, who, yes, he gets hit markered, but he will be very happy to get that first blood.
Formal isn't going to miss those. I promise you that. I'm quite excited to see if that sniper fight does continue. Formal versus GodRx. Yes, some cheeky angles on this map as now the kills go Minnesota Rokkr's way. A scene with a double. Scump and RCs both go down, but Formal again with the snipe finds the pick. Now we find ourselves 2 versus 2. Of course, yet to be planted. It is Minnesota Rokkr on the attack here. Time ticking, 40 seconds left.
And Asim might be quiet. Assault, I can't tell. Yeah, he popped dead silence as well. So both of these players are nice and quiet over on the rotation, but the Huntsman, it looks like they have slowly sniffed it out, and obviously the bomb plant gives it away. Assault, though, the perfect angle. He had to have seen it.
Formal managed to somehow still cross, and unfortunately for him, he doesn't win that first fight. He's 1 shot. They have him pinned. There should be no way Formal wins this round. You just never know. And Formal's still alive, tagged up once again. Somehow still crosses. Assault peaks 1 last time. Round over. Minnesota Rokkr 2-0 up.
And talk about things you kind of want to go back and rewatch. I could have sworn Assault was staring at the door on the cross, and somehow Formal just managed to get past. But even when he does, you see Asim in the window, knew exactly where to look. And on top of that, Assault making the good plays and winning both gunfights towards the end. So St. Petrograd, Rokkr, happy to be here.
We'll save Formal kills Asim there in the window, which he almost did. That round could have looked very, very different, Chance, but it doesn't really matter now. Minnesota Rokkr 2-0 up. A great start from Asim 3-0. Assault also 4-0. GodRx trying not to team kill. Almost lined up a collat. Scump will go down. GodRx has done well just to stay alive. Asim flies forward. He shuts down 1. Formal tries to flank, and unfortunately, that's just not going to work. Alex was ready and waiting for that to come through, and 2 players left now for Huntsman.
After very long, no gunless all of a sudden, just in the 1 versus 4. And he's able to find 1 pick, and he's able to get out with his life, and he does have 55 seconds to work with.
Chance.
So that's the good news.
I've seen gunless win these. This would be an incredible way to get the Huntsman their first round here in game 2. A 1v4. Now, of course, a 1v3. Time is starting to tick. Minnesota Rokkr with 2 players a day, 1 at B. Gunless can isolate one of these fights and stay alive. Might become doable. But relying on killing 2 over at this site, almost impossible. Minnesota Rokkr not gonna let that happen. 3-0 now in game 2.
Yeah, yes, 1v3s are possible with a lot of time to work with, but still imaginably difficult to actually pull off because Alex, again, just has to sit here and watch one thing. Every single person on the Rokkr playing smart, not giving them any wiggle room. In another very comfortable round, honestly, from the Rokkr. You got the GodRx getting the first blood with the snipe, which he is prone to do, but just no mistakes. It is just very clean search and destroy gameplay. Again, the Rokkr, a well-oiled machine.
Surprised, honestly, GodRx survived last round. He was tagged up pretty heavily, but the kill he got to start off last round was the only one he has to his name so far. Not having too much success with the sniper rifle as he whiffs a shot there. Arstees does draw a first blood with a nade. Silly will fall. Advantage.
Full sight control for the Huntsman as well. GodRx is able to find a pick mid-map, and Scump is actually going to be tagged up from nades, which gives us seen the kill. So all that sight control might be all for naught, and with that smoke, Rokkr, they've gotten out of dodge.
Oh, we'll find out. Envoy as well. Going to leave Arstees and Gunless in a 2 versus 4. Of course, we just saw Gunless in a 1v4. I think we may have just heard one of the Minnesota Rokkr players rotating out. Meanwhile, Arstees finds Alex. Gunless is searching, but unfortunately didn't see GodRx in that snipe. Arstees, now it's your turn for the 1v3. I've seen GodRx and Assault still up. Unfortunately, they know exactly where Arstees is.
Able to find the first pick, and he does know how far away GodRx is behind him. Still, though, this is going to be an impossible gunfight to win. The challenge is there. It was a good college try, but Assault, that is an easy gunfight for him to win. As spicy as it was.
I was going to say, you say easy. That got a little spicy towards the end. Of course, you see there GodRx trying to hit that flank as quickly as he possibly could. The second he realized his teammate was in danger, he had to spring into life to help. Assault didn't need the help, though. Won the gunfight himself. Of course, had a big advantage in that fight, but speaking of big advantages, 4-0 now here in game 2. Minnesota Rokkr starting to run away with it. Envoy and Scump both 0-4 as things stand. Formal 2-4 as is Gunless. Arstees currently fragging for the Huntsman at 5-4.
Mix against strats as much as possible. You got some smokes out, and Envoy hunting down. The first blood goes their way. Even still, they've had first bloods in the past and no success. And look at the feed. The Rokkr just like that, suffocating the Chicago Huntsman.
Formal and Arstees still up though, and well, Formal not for much longer. He's able to find one before he fell, and Arstees turns around and there's several Minnesota Rokkr players flying right at him. This is a very convincing game of search and destroy from the Minnesota Rokkr. You mentioned a few rounds prior that they look like a well-oiled machine. Probably the best way of explaining this team right now.
Oh, I feel like I'm a basketball player right now. I feel like I just set a lob to the Rokkr coaches of saying before of like, hey, they need to make sure they have the game plan, make sure the strats are like on point to perfectly counter the Huntsman. I set the lob up and they slammed it down, at least so far.
At least in the search, you know, the search.
I'm not trying to cast or curse in it. Yes, the search, specifically S&D.
The hard point, of course, did go in the Huntsman's favor. Close though. Good from that. And Scump still searching for his first kill. Will it come here? Player close left, and unfortunately for Scump, he's not going to find that pick. That puts him at 0-6. The trade is there, though, on Arstees. 4v4 for now. Asim just launches himself forward towards Arstees. Gunless tagged up as well. Should be dead to right. The stun comes through, and Minnesota Rokkr are flying straight at the Huntsman.
Flying at the Huntsman, but Asim, though, in a tough spot. Finally, the Huntsman might be able to get around on board. He does have bomb, but he's also being hunted. Envoy is going to be the man on the chase. Asim wins the first one. Envoy, you got to go even faster to catch up to the man, and eventually finds him and shuts him down for the Huntsman to finally get around on board.
Asim was quick, just unfortunately for him, not quick enough. I thought for a minute, if he got out that door, maybe there was a chance. Just maybe timing somehow changes in his favor. Not the case. The Huntsmen get their first round on the board here in game 2. Still a massive mountain to climb, though, and they want to go 2-0 up in this series.
Got their first round on board before Scump's still looking for his first kill. So preferably for the King, after all the kind words, to not drop the donut and join one of the maybe 6 players that have dropped the donut so far this year.
Yeah, there's been a few, probably more than there should have been, but we'll see if he can find that first blood or a kill, his first kill, in round number 7. That's the round closed down to a snail's pace now. No one moving. Huntsman, of course, on attack. Keep your eye on number 9 on the minimap, top of your screen. That's going to be Assault. This is what he sees. He's really in charge of making sure no one from Huntsman can cross over towards that B site. But more than likely, if he does get a kill, you'd expect it to be traded out instantly. His teammate's going to have to be fast on rotation. Never mind. Doesn't even have a chance to get a kill.
And now the question is what the Huntsmen are going to do with that information. You kill the man you know usually guards B. Do you want to commit and flood there? Do you want to continue to play for picks? Players getting caught on rotation. Now with 5-3 man advantage for the Huntsmen. Round's looking good for him so far.
RCs will also win that fight against Silly. Makes this a 5 versus 2. They have full site control. The team goes down as well. Good luck. Have fun, Alex. A 1v5 against Chicago Huntsman. Really, no way he should have any chance of doing this, especially considering Bomb is down. For him, it may just be pad a couple of stats here, Chance.
Pad some stats, get a couple kills, but really just a very nice strategical round coming out from the Huntsmen. Is not only did they identify Assault, make sure you kill him just with the utility, the nades on point, but then to not overcommit to anything, not rush into anything crazy, just wait for those players to get baited, wrapping out of sight, and kill them on the rotation. And of course, if you saw the way Arcides was shooting, it certainly doesn't hurt either. Very, very straight, Ben.
Very straight indeed. Known to expect that from a player of his caliber. Huntsman hanging on dear life here in game 2. Scump still looking for his first kill. Well, at 0-6, but in reality, he won't care too much about those stats if they were somehow to come back into this and win the game. Formal down for first blood, though. Not looking good for the Huntsman.
Not looking good for the Huntsmen, but at the very least, they do have site control over A and B, and Envoy is behind enemy lines, trying to go over top.
Oh!
Someone's opening the door, but Envoy is saying hello. He's able to get 3, Ben.
That was a weird sequence of events, and he finds a free double kill, and Alex and Asim turns and shuts down Assault as well. A big turn of events. Now RC, Scump, and Gunless up. It's Gunnar Rex and Silly. Huntsman, the driving seat of this round, and Rex not really with ideal weaponry. He must have a sub in his back pocket. Try and make use of. Gunless, I believe, spotted the cross. May find one with the nade. Silly's already out. Gunless spots him. Silly one-shot. And Silly! Oh, my lord.
It's all over, Ben. Don't worry about it. Round's over. No big deal.
No! Okay.
Former teammates, Silly and Gunless. I'm sure Silly will be happy about that one. Gunless not so much.
That's okay. That happened. That happened. All right. Still, match point Minnesota Rokkr for game point Minnesota Rokkr 5-3. But the Huntsmen are hanging on. I believe Scump also gets his first kill. We've got 2 last round, so 2-6. He levels Gunless in just 1 round. Gunless underperforming 2 at 2-7. We'll see if potentially GodRx can find a first blood here. To be honest, 5-0 comebacks don't happen very often, Chance. There's been very few that have ever happened. This could be a crazy first day back at the COD League.
I was going to say, I think we've only had, what, maybe 2 or 3 ever? And obviously we call them full sales in Call of Duty because of the original time that it happened on LAN. For the newer viewers, full sales when you're down 5-0 and win the next 6.
Yeah, I believe Aches has been a part of both that have happened. He full sailed and got full sailed. So just a little stat there for him, but back to this. Still waiting for the first blood. Got RX in his very typical sniping spot. Being down B Street. 2 players from Huntsman there, and Envoy sniffing this out. He may just flash push this. I don't think GodRx is going to have any idea that he's even here. He won't. First blood for the Huntsman.
And 25 seconds only left on the clock, and Gunless was the man that was pinned down by the sniper, so he's got to hightail it over towards B, but obviously Envoy being behind enemy lines is a massive problem that the Rokkr have to deal with. 15 seconds left. Rokkr just can't let him plant, and there's the bomb guy fall.
And Assault's been so sneaky. He's managed to get out with his life. Unfortunately, though, he's been hunted down. Only 5 seconds left. It doesn't matter. Everybody's dead. Huntsman, 4 in a row to force a round 10. Somehow surviving from a well-oiled machine. Minnesota Rokkr in the first 5 rounds. They are crumbling before our eyes.
Crumbling before our eyes indeed, and Envoy has been the playmaker, whether it be a three-piece to open up the round or just making sure that his bomb guy can get away from the sniper. I do not know how Envoy is always on the other side of the map behind enemy lines.
It's impressive, though.
But he's always there.
I mean, he's 12 and 6. He's having a great search and destroy performance. But now, Minnesota Rokkr back on the attack, looking to try and close it out here. Do not let this go to a round 11, but Scump gets first blood. The nade connects with a seam. 5 versus 4. And guess who's on the flank again? It's Envoy.
And he knows. He is getting away all the information and the kills, and he gets the second on Assault Ben. Envoy has been a man among boys.
I cannot believe how easy he has made this look. From 5-0 down, Huntsman claw back round after round. A round 11 now on the horizon. Gunless, of course, with the final kill. Somehow, some way, what looked like it was going to be a blowout search and destroy goes the distance. You talk about momentum. Well, Huntsman with all of it, Minnesota Rokkr with none of it.
You know, if I remember correctly, GodRx did an interview, and he was asked about his top 5 players. I don't think he had anyone on Chicago in his top 5. Envoy trying to make him rethink that decision.
I mean, he's fantastic talent, that's for sure. Minnesota Rokkr on the attack here in the round 11. Can they turn things around? Well, no, there's a first blood for Gunless, and I think the Huntsmen are trying to just soar forward. Silly will stop Scump's progression. Past the A site, Arstes is hanging back, playing slow. 4 versus 4. Gunless, who fell in this exact position a few rounds prior, will take a few shots and wisely back away. Doesn't want to get naded. Doesn't want to give away his life. Nothing. 50 seconds to go. Still 4v4, and everyone from Minnesota Rokkr is in the A site. Alex will find one. Arstes goes down. Is this now the potential opening Minnesota Rokkr need to close out this game?
Outside control, and the bomb is going to get planted. Now the deal is on the Huntsman to try to get this retake. Gunless pushing up top with the M4, wins the opening fight.
Not quite sure how, I'm going to be honest, Chance, but Gunless levels the playing field. 3v3. I can't believe it. Envoy, you've been a hero throughout the entire game. He's on the bomb. The defuse. Minnesota Rokkr, you gotta check it. Full sale happens again. From 5-0 down, Chicago Huntsman wins 6 in a row. You don't see it very often, but welcome back to the Call of Duty League. What a day of games we are having so far. I cannot believe we just witnessed that.